Anne of Green Gables, Part 1, A2B1. Matthew Cuthbert and his sister Marilla lived together at Green Gables, a small farmhouse in the quiet village of Avonlea. They had lived there for many years. Their life was simple and peaceful. Matthew was a quiet man. He was kind and honest, but he was shy and did not enjoy talking to strangers. Marilla was different. She was practical, hard-worked, everything to be neat and organized. As Matthew and Marilla grew older, it became harder for them to take care of the farm by themselves. There was always work to do. They needed someone to help with the animals, the fields, and the daily jobs. After thinking about it carefully, they decided to adopt a boy from an orphanage. One sunny morning, Matthew hitched his horse to the buggy and drove to the train station. He was going to meet the boy and bring him home to Green Gables. When Matthew arrived, the station was quiet. Only a few people were waiting for the train. He looked around, expecting to see a young boy. Instead, he saw a thin little girl sitting on a suitcase. She had bright red hair, freckles across her face, and large grey-green eyes. She wore a simple brown dress and an old straw hat. The girl stood up as soon as she saw Matthew. "Are you Mr. Matthew Cuthbert?" she asked politely. Matthew nodded. "I'm Anne Shirley," she said with a bright smile. "I'm so happy you came. I was afraid you had forgotten me." Matthew looked surprised. He had come to meet a boy, not a girl. For a moment, he did not know what to say. Anne noticed that he was quiet, but it did not stop her from talking. "I've never been to a place called Green Gables," she said. "I've been imagining it all morning. Is there a stream nearby? Are there lots of trees? I hope there are flowers. I love flowers, even if they're wild." Matthew smiled. Anne asked many questions, but she did not wait long for the answers. He picked up her suitcase and placed it in the buggy. As they started the journey home, Anne looked around with great excitement. "The trees are beautiful," she said, "and the fields are so green. I've never seen such a lovely place." Matthew listened quietly. He was not a man of many words, but he enjoyed hearing Anne speak. Her imagination made even ordinary things sound interesting. As they traveled along the country road, Anne talked about the books she loved, the places she had lived, and the dreams she had for the future. Matthew began to think that Anne was unlike anyone he had ever met. However, one question stayed in his mind. What would Marilla say when she discovered that he had brought home a girl instead of the boy they were expecting?